मैं बिना किसी विलंब के सोनिया जी को स्टेज देता हूं कि आप हमारे की नोट एड्रेस के लिए श्री आनंद जी राठी को वेलकम करें।
आनंद जी राठी, आइए आनंद भैया। और ओम बिरला की परमिशन से सर, आनंद जी का ये मंथ में बर्थडे भी है, तो आप सब इनके लिए बर्थडे विश कर सकते हैं। मैं सीक्रेट जानती हूँ क्योंकि मैं इनके साथ इमामी के बोर्ड में बैठती हूँ, तो इनका काफ़ी लेखा जोखा मेरे पास बाय चांस है। और आपको अगर इनके ईयर ऑफ बर्थ जानने की भी अभिलाषा है तो रेज योर हैंड्स। आप वैसे कहा जाता है कि विमेन से एज मत पूछो, बट आई एम श्योर इज अ मैन, सो गैस कर नहीं सकते आप, इसलिए मैं बता देती हूँ। ये विकसित भारत का सपना जो ओम बिरला साहब देख रहे हैं और हमारे आंखों को भी दिखा रहे हैं, वो है 2047। इनका एज 2047 में 101 हो जाएगा। अब आप मैथमेटिक्स कर लीजिए। आई थिंक विद दीज वर्ड्स वी रिक्वेस्ट हिम to give his keynote address, and believe you me, if you haven't heard about him, you will believe your ears when he talks. He is an institution in himself. So fasten your seat belt and put your attention to what he says.
To add to what she says, India stands at a remarkable inflection point. The coming decades will witness unprecedented opportunities in entrepreneurship, innovation, capital formation, and wealth creation. To understand what lies ahead, one needs insight not only from the markets, but from those who have helped to shape them. We are privileged to welcome a visionary entrepreneur, institution builder, and one of the most respected voices in India's financial ecosystem. A leader whose journey reflects foresight, resilience, and an unwavering belief in India's potential. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming Shri Anand Rathi, who shall be delivering his keynote address on India 2047, the decade of enterprise.
Thank you so much. Respected Omji Birla Sahab, Justice J.K. Maheshwaris ji, Srikanth ji Baldi, Modi Sahab, इतने डिस्ट्रिक्ट लोग बैठे हैं। रावटी साहब के सबका नाम शायद नहीं ले रहा हूँ, परंतु मेरे लिए एक सौभाग्य है कि आज इस समाज के जो मैं समझता हूँ सबसे प्रतिष्ठित जो समाज के आज इस सभा में विराजमान है, और मुझे एक अवसर मिल रहा है टू स्पीक बिफोर देम। सो आई वुड वंस अगेन लाइक टू फर्स्ट कॉल जय महेश, जय महेश, सबको प्रणाम। आई एम वेरी फॉर्चुनेट टू स्पीक टुडे to all of you. I must thank Mr. Rathi for inviting this get-together to speak on a subject which is dear to all of us. We are all talking of India 2047. And as Prime Minister Modi has given a call that the India has to become a Vikshit Bharat in 2047. It's a privilege and emotional moment for me to stand before you guys as a keynote speaker. When I look around this hall, I do not see just an audience. I see the present and future business leaders, political leaders, bureaucratic leaders, leaders in all the judiciary leaders. I see sort of them. I see the founders, I see the wealth creators, I see innovators, industrialists, professionals, and institutional builders who will shape the new Vikshit Bharat in 2047. For me, today's theme of India 2047, the decade of enterprise, is not just a topic, it's a conviction. I've spent almost 60 years in various industries and financial services. During this journey, I've witnessed in India many forms. I've seen the India of scarcity, I've seen the India of licenses and controls. I've seen economic crisis. I've seen India of licenses. I've seen global recessions. I have periods when people doubted India's future. And most Western press never thought that India could ever become a developed country. I'm now presently witnessing India transform itself into one of the most respected economic powers in the world when our GDP growth is the highest in the world today. Looking back, I can confidently say that every major step forward in our nation's progress has come because of entrepreneurs who had the courage to dream big. Then the circumstances around them provided. And particularly, I must say that our community, Maheshwaris, Birlas, Bangats have always been known very well, have made great contribution. And particularly, I think in last 50 years, the change we have seen, as it was written here, from traders to now big businessmen. In every professional field, I think our community has made a big name. Friends, government create policies. Institutions create framework, but entrepreneurs create prosperity. And it's because of my belief is that India has progressed because of its entrepreneurial ability. And that's why I believe that road to India 2047 will be led by enterprise. And our Maheshwari Samaj has an embedded, unique place in India's entrepreneurial journey. Our ancestors did not just create or inherit industries or businesses. They inherited values. Mahesh was talking at that time of values, which is so important. They traveled across the country with little more than courage, discipline, and unshakable belief in hard work. Wherever they went, they built trust with integrity, and wherever trust was built, the business followed. Some communities are known for power, some are known for influence. But Maheshwaris are known for their credibility and integrity in business. This is our biggest strength, I believe. And credibility is the most important valuable capital. And I urge, obviously, the younger generation to protect this value of Maheshwari community, the reputation and pride which were built over decades. When people ask me, what helped me succeed during last 6 decades? My answer surprises them. It was not just intelligence, it was not lucky timing, it was not even capital. It was my firm belief in 3 core values which our Samaj has always followed. The first and foremost, I said, is entrepreneurship. The second is highest level of ethics and integrity. And third, obviously, is the culture, the family culture, which we have always created. To grow, you must have courage to take entrepreneurial risk, have perseverance, believe in client centricity, and have resilience to turn obstacles into enduring opportunities, working along with the happy family of people you have with you. A team of happy people is what leads to economic growth and social progress. Over these 60 years, I've had the privilege of participating in the growth of various businesses, helping create financial institutions, supporting entrepreneurship, and witnessing wealth creation across generations. And every meaningful achievement was built over years and not months. Friends, the next 2 decades present an opportunity that India has not experienced ever before. I think that's a great opportunity for our Samaj to take advantage of that. The next generation of Indian companies will not merely serve India, they will serve the world. We'll all become multinational, I'm sure, in years to come. Some of the future global enterprises will emerge from small towns and business families that today are relatively unknown, and some of these future leaders, I'm sure, are sitting in this hall. To seize this opportunity, 3 things to my mind are essential. The first is capital creation, create wealth ethically. What I said, our communities is the word Subh Labh. It really applies to our community. We want to make profits, but obviously in a very ethical manner. The second is innovation. Innovation is just not only technology. Innovation is about change in mindset, to do things differently and better. The third is the leadership. Bharat does not merely need more businesses. Bharat needs more institution builders. The greatest leaders are those who create organizations that outlive them and where values survive forever. Do not become overconfident during prosperity, friends, and do not become discouraged during adversity or uncertainty. Those who survive cycles are those who maintain discipline and have a positive mindset. In my own journey, some of the most valuable lessons came not from successes, but the challenges which I faced. Friends, in 1994, at the age of 48, I took a bold decision to embark upon my own entrepreneurial journey, shifting from a plush corner office to a cramped small room with handful young executives. My early growth years were marked by market volatility, regulatory uncertainty, and difficulty in attracting talent. Yet, we grew with our core values intact, and today our group has many businesses. Whether it would be the challenges, I'll just, my story. The challenge was to work on the first computer in India, IBM computer, to learn the first computer language, to set up the first cement plant for Birla Group, or setting at the first private mutual fund. I had to traverse, obviously, very difficult terrains. As president of BSE, friends, as you're aware, I brought in the big changes in the capital markets. I'm very lucky to have been associated with the India's transition from in the capital markets for a physical market to online trading and demat systems. Friends, the difficult periods teach prudence. Difficult periods teach resilience. Difficult periods help build character, and character is what determines the destiny of a person. To the younger generation, I have one special request. Think beyond your own success. Build enterprises that create opportunities for others. Invest in people, mentor talent, support innovation, encourage ethical business practices, and most importantly, give back to the society, which has given you so much. A business that creates wealth only for its own owners may be called successful, but a business that creates wealth for society is respected. As India approaches 2047, our nation will need entrepreneurs who could be ordinary people as such, but who choose to do extraordinary things. And I have no doubt that our Maheshwari Samaj will continue to deliver such entrepreneurs and play a significant role in India's growth story. Let me share some statistics about our country. Our GDP growth in last 5-6 years has grown from $2.7 trillion to $4 trillion. And now, what are we talking about? We are talking of at least $35 to $40 billion by 2047. Our per capita income, which has grown already 10 times, should grow 10 times from 3 lakhs to at least 30 lakhs. And our forex reserves, which are happily about $600-700 billion, I think should cross 2 trillion. That's the way I see 2047 for India. While our government has really done, I must really compliment Modi government for doing many far-reaching reforms, without which the growth would not have been possible, particularly if you talk of GST, if you talk of direct benefit transfer, Jan Dhan Yojana, so many, and most importantly, digital transformation, which our country has. Our payment system, UPI, is perhaps they considered the best in the world today, and everybody is trying to follow that. Still, I think, Sir Omji Baithe, isliye I think the next growth will be possible, which will need a lot of more reforms, which I'm sure the government is very concerned about. So many areas I think we need the legal and judicial reforms. We need, sir, very fast delivery system of justice. We need laws which are simpler, which has far less bureaucratic powers. Today, I think Indian entrepreneurs are working under perhaps the most difficult conditions anywhere in the world. I have experience of working in every part of the world, and my experience is that Indian entrepreneur will succeed anywhere else, but a foreigner cannot succeed here. So in spite of all the difficulties, and that's where I think the government is, ease of doing business is very important. I think if we allow people to have more freedom and less difficulties in business, a lot of things are done. I think many more things have to be done. The land reforms are very important. I think agriculture is the main thing, sir, and that's where I know Modi government tried, but I think some of our political, unfortunate that the political system doesn't support the good reforms which are required. We need foreign capital. I think what is most important for us, while we have all the resources here, is the capital which is the multiplier of the economic activity. So I've always been on all platforms requesting, sir, we must make easy tax. I'm very glad the government only yesterday announced removal of tax long-term capital gains by foreigners in the government securities. थोड़ी सी और जरूरत है मुझे इसको equities में भी करवा दीजिए. Because sir, I'm telling you, this is a big hurdle. People, I think, to my mind, the best opportunity for anybody to invest is today India. India is a happening place. And to young people, when we tell them that you are very lucky to be born at the right place at the right time. हम लोग तो premature born हो गए साहब. That time the opportunity was there today. So with that, if we have attract foreign capital and make it easier, I think the tax collection which we make may not be great, but the amount of flow of money which can come. Unfortunately, last 2-3 years we have so much outflow. In spite of their surviving, because our basically the retail investors are supporting, but then it is only substituting. We need extra capital for that. Women's participation is very necessary, and my daughter is sitting here. She is also an entrepreneur. I think the 50% and our women power is extremely good. Sir, I'd like to tell you in our group, about 35% of our employees are women. And we want, because they are more, sincere, hardworking. So if we can, bring more participation, obviously GDP growth will come. And lastly, of course, we move from welfare spending to capability creation. I think while it is important to take care of welfare of people, but the way the government schemes are going, the money available for the growth would not be less. So my dear family, all the members, in the age of instant communication and instant information, there is no such thing as instant credibility or success. And the principles of wealth creation have not changed. Some of the core principles, in the end, before I conclude, would like to place before you that as a society we must think big. We must high aspiration level. We have, but I think we need to change a lot from just a small trader's mindset. Our mindset is now today creating institutions, big organizations. And along with that, hard work. So I always tell people that aspiration has to be followed by perspiration. And at that, we are good at that. I think we are excellent. We have to stay honest and ethical. Think long term. Short term, I think, doesn't really pay results. You might make in short term. That's the concept of Shubh Labh. I said, Shubh Labh will come if we are long term. And keep the positive mindset and most, value which we have, we are very humble as a society. Maheshwaris जी कहीं भी जाते हैं, सब में ऐसे मिल जाते हैं कि पता नहीं लगता. Any part of the country, we have gone and we have really mixed with the people by remaining so humble. So together, friends, let us ensure that in 2047, when India celebrates 100 years of independence, our children and grandchildren can proudly say, our generation did not merely witness India's rise, we helped build it. And thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Mahesh.